All right, welcome everyone to another Radio Free Cybertron review. I'm your host, Diecast, and for the very first time, I'd like to introduce our brand new sponsor, The Chosen Prime. You can actually go to thechosenprime.com right now and pre-order this and other great transforming toys just like this one. And before we get started with the review, I just wanted to show you the art card that these Combiner Wars figures are coming with. This, of course, is Powerglides. Some people have been saying that that's like the artwork from the Legends Transformers game, which you can get on Android and I believe iOS too. Um, it's actually not a card like we normally get from like third-party companies where they're like a plastic credit card style. This is actually a cardboard style, very similar in the thickness of the back of the deluxe packages, the cards there. So just a quick review. I don't know if I'm going to show these off in every single review because you're actually not buying the figure for the little artwork card, but it is a nice little add-on that they have. So here is Powerglide. You can see he has a nice Autobot logo on his chest, some nice blue eyes. You can make out the faceplate a little bit that he had on the G1 cartoon. Uh, nice blue bit there on the waist piece. Feet are all plain red, and the arms are solid gray. And on the back of the figure, you can see his airplane cockpit and his little butt flap. That also turns into the scope, but we'll get to that in gun mode because this guy actually has all three modes: robot, vehicle, and target master. First thing you want to do to get this guy into vehicle mode is fold up the arms just like so. On the bottom of the arms, you can actually see the little cannons that he's got, or bombs or lasers, whatever you want to say that they are. Then you're just going to peg the arms in on the side here, right there in that hole. And it does do a little bit of maneuvering to get those in. There you go. Same as on the other side. Pop that right in there. Then the wings untab. You can actually rotate those around. And all you have to do is come down here, peg the legs together, flip the feet up. They actually do have a little bit of landing gear molded into the feet for a little bit of extra bang. Then the tail fins, turn them out. And then the head, what you do is you lift up the head, lock that in, and then you have to rotate the head around. And it is, at least on my figure, very stiff. All the joints on this are very stiff, and I think that's a good thing. It's definitely than having them loose, better than having them loose. Then flip down that little piece, and there you have Powerglide in his robot or his vehicle mode. Definitely a nice little vehicle mode. Not too much on the underside that you can see other than the Autobot logo. You can kind of make out the hands, but it's not terrible. And yeah, he also does have a front landing gear, so that way when you put him down, he's got a little bit of support if you want to do that. Now, the back legs sometimes do tend to come apart a little bit. Just squeeze them back together and you'll be pretty good. Now, to get him into gun mode, this is pretty simple. You take the wings, turn them back around, and peg them in like he's going into robot mode. Then you come down to the back here, flip those down, and then you're going to pull these little his jets or thrusters all the way back, and you will feel a click. That's about as far back as they can go. Just like so. So they just stick out a little bit, and believe it or not, that's actually pretty much all you need to do to get him into gun mode for Optimus Prime or whoever you want. And they hold the landing gear right here, also doubles as the peg. Now you can flip this up if you want, and what it actually looks like is a targeting mechanism. But the problem is, it's on the wrong side. If they could have spun this around, that way, you know, it would have looked like whoever's holding him is using that. That would have been great. Um, I guess it's a kind of a far stretch to think of that as a gun. So there's really not much you can do with that. Um, but you can just leave it down if you want. Then you have his two engines as guns. I guess there's a molded in engine down here that you could consider a gun. These two little ones right down there could also be guns, and whatever he has on his arm. So he's pretty loaded up. And now we're going to bring in here my headless Prime. Uh, my Prime's head actually broke off. You can actually see on the underside there's some shiny glue, so I'm assuming that when they glued the two halves of his head together, um, it just seized the peg, and when I went to spin his head, it just spun right off. So we'll put that there, and we'll take Powerglide. As I said, you can just plug him in, and on Prime it's a little stiff, but there you go. And that's Prime with Powerglide as a weapon. Not bad, not bad. Definitely liking these new Combiner Wars figures a lot. I've taken most of them out of the packaging and messed around with them for a little bit, and they are definitely fun figures with neat transformations. And for size comparison, here he is with MP Bumblebee. Oh, Powerglide kind of fell down there. And then his other wave mate, Bombshell. As you can see with the legends, he scales really nicely. Masterpiece Bumblebee, of course, is just a little bit big. But I figured I'd just bring him in anyway. I had him laying on the side just to show him off. So, thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, this is the first video out of the wave of Combiner Wars figures that we got, which is an absolutely huge wave. You have 4 Legends, 4 Voyager, or 2 Voyagers, and the 4 Deluxes. So, definitely got a lot of video recording to do. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.